I want you to remember all of the bases that we discussed before, that you are the main goal of this game when we come to this reality is the path, right? The sweetness of waking up to knowing who you are, who you really are, that you are absolute creator, you are God, you're part of God that came here to separate himself from himself and walk this path to understanding that you are who you are, waking up basically, that there are no rules, there are no meaning of it really, except the one, remembering who you are at the beginning and the sweetness of a process of a creation of who you are, your creation, what you want to create in this reality. Can you mute yourself for just right now? I'll do that. Just for right now, if you want to, ask me questions, just unmute yourself. But I get kind of a little bit staticky when you're not muted. And you remember that the main idea how we don't create negative reality is observing your thoughts, observing your brain, observing this life, and don't do anything from a point of fears, from the point that you must do something, you have to, or there's going to be consequences, or you're going to lose the time, because the time is an absolute illusion. And the more you're trying to fight something in this matrix, the more you see it. So if you think that there are negativity, bad people, bad circumstances, bad health, the more you're trying to find the way out of it from the scarcity point of view, or maybe creating art, or maybe, having abundant life or health, whatever it is, you cannot fight it. You cannot create from something is wrong with me, so I have to find the way out of it. When you create, you always create from feeling that you are here to create, to have fun, to enjoy it. And you always will have energy for it. And I'll explain a little bit why sometimes we don't have energy in a second, but you always will have energy for it. You will always have inspiration for it, because that's why you're here. But unfortunately, sometimes the higher the soul is in, there is no kind of like levels. Nobody's better or worse. But sometimes from the top, we just, it's all just representation for our brain, right? There is no top and bottom, but we can imagine it as kind of like different stories in a many-story building. And the God is on top. You, as God, decided to come to the bottom just so you would have this way or kind of like lift yourself in an elevator back to the top again, back to yourself again. And different souls can kind of like have the level of access to different stories. And the higher the level of access right now on Earth, you have your subconscious have, the more kind of like part of your subconscious live in that world, which we will call your home world, right? It can be the third dimension, fifth, eighth dimension, ninth dimension. On the level of each dimension, absolute or God or creator split itself into a female and male part, and that's what we call twin souls. And they always, from that level, when you go down to our third dimension, these two halves of God, they're always looking for each other. And we basically can't go further in this game until we find our other half in this game, in the third dimension. So if you're talking to me right now, if you can hear me, you can listen to me, you are here, that means you already won on all of these levels. and your soul is coming down back from the absolute. And that means that anything you want right now, it's your art, your creations, the house, a lady, or whatever you can imagine, your other half, your significant other, kids, children, whatever you want, whatever you ever have a kind of like you dream about, or you have any idea of what you want, that means it exists somewhere. Every time you make a decision, the architects, it's basically you from a very high dimension. They create this game for you, and they create 144,000 different scenarios. And each time you choose from them. If one of these scenarios leads somewhere where you lost the game and you didn't get what you want, you're coming back to the starting point, to this game, because time is not linear. We discussed that, remember? So it's very, very important. Remember that there is no threats in this game. There are no problems in this game. It's just the game. It's just everything designed for you to have the experiences. So the most important part is to live every day living those experiences, because they are no good or bad. And I want you to close your eyes right now and pay really good attention to what I say. So every time a high dimension soul come to this third dimension, which is very thick, very full of limitations, which are, we can't say it's bad because you designed it, you created it for yourself. But every time you come in here from that dimension, it is pretty painful for your divine God mind to experience these limitations. And the higher in the dimension, like when part of your subconscious live in a pretty high dimensions, it is hard when you come to this physical reality for you to create, to physically create. That's why very, very high vibrational people, amazing people, beautiful people with pure soul, they have so much problems here on Earth, on Gaia, to create physical objects, houses, yachts, cars, money, whatever money can give. And sometimes you see that we understand them as evil people. They create they create pretty good life for themselves. But some of these people, they're not even real, because they're part of the matrix showing you, they're part of a kind of like scarcity picture that you designed to show yourself. So you would have the limitations and you would think like, why not me? It's all part of a game. We're not going to go too deep into there. We discussed that already. But I want you to really, really understand that if you close your eyes and you say, I am who I am, you think of yourself as a creator, as a God. I want you to understand that if you open your eyes, everything you see around yourself is your state of you as God, as an absolute, seeing this picture through their limitations, through the programs. So all the people, when you see them, before you see them, they were the state you are, your feelings, your emotions, how you feel yourself in this game. All of the people, the nature, your house, your body, it's all part of a picture. And it's all coming from you. So they are not separate from you, never. Even when you change the countries, the houses, the people around you, they are you. That's how you feel in this game, who you think you are in this game, that kind of picture you see outside. And another thing that high conscious, like when your consciousness in the higher level, where you are, there are people coming from different civilizations, from different kind of like these stories of this building, from different levels. And the higher you are, the closer you are to the creator. So your every thought, your every idea actually get manifested in this reality. And it's supposed to, but you, the higher you are also, the more of different experiences in parallel realities, which is a lot of people call past life, but there is no past, everything happens here and now. The more different scenarios you're living, good and bad, and you all accumulate them in this body. And the thing is, sometimes you don't even understand where the emotion is coming from, where the limitations coming from, where all of these energies coming from, but they're coming from your parallel lives, because you are strong enough, because you are powerful enough, because you are that amazing as an absolute, you can deal with all of them. And the main idea is to look at them and understand they are not you. They created by you and they're coming from you, but they are not you. And one thing, not a lot of people, but more and more scientists come to the realization that our brain, so the picture is not coming from outside. If we open our eyes, everything we see is actually coming not from outside, it's coming from the inside. And it's coming in like flipped upside down view. So a lot of scientists, they're proving right now, so the images that we see, they actually flipped. And it is, in a quantum world, it is absolutely true. So when you close your eyes and you realize who you are as an absolute, as soon as you open your eyes, you see everything that inside of you, but you see the reflection of it. You know how you look at the mirror, and in the mirror, if you in a reality, you lift your right arm, in the mirror, it's gonna look like you lifted your left arm. So if you lift your left arm, it's gonna look like it was your right arm, because it's a flipped image. The same thing matrix do to an absolute, to your brain, to the creator brain. You see everything as an opposite of who you are. So you probably heard that we are, as people, we're the fifth element, and the other four elements is the fire, earth, water, and air. And the thing is, that's how we, and it's four base chakras, first, second, third, and fourth. And we as people, we are based here on Gaia, we are based on these elements. And when you create something, you create from these four elements, and you create, unfortunately, until the moment right now, and we're going to change that, you were creating in kind of like the flipped image. So as an absolute, you come in here and you have unlimited, absolutely unlimited freedom. You do. But when you, as an absolute, you have unlimited freedom to become who you want, what you want. When you see at the reflection in the matrix, what do you see? You see limitations. That's why as soon as you are, well, we say born, but there is no for, if you're not the earth soul, for you personally, you it's going to sound strange, but you didn't have a childhood, right? You just, your consciousness came to this body and created the limitations, created the past, created the childhood. That's why a lot of people, when they open their eyes, they see the limitations, and these limitations of no freedom all of a sudden create the illusionary ideas that you were, from orphanage, for example, or being adopted, or your mom were an alcoholic, or dad was beating you up, whatever is people's story, whatever is your story, or from a childhood, bad stories, as you remember, they just, the memories that's been downloaded to your brain. And a lot of times these memories are not real. Well, it depending from what point of view you look at it. If you go deep into the matrix, a lot of times the childhood childhood memories, they're not real because they are created by a brain of a little child who doesn't understand what are the meaning behind all of it. If you look from where I'm taking you, quantum brain, you never had a childhood, okay? Your consciousness came into this person and created all of these ideas of a childhood, of a mom and dad being certain way. So you would have these limitations. And if you just in your conscious mind decide that everything is an illusion, everything it is, everything that you see around yourself is an illusion that you're projecting. None of these childhood or past life limitations and stories are relevant to you. They are not real. They're absolute illusion. And they are just a reflection of your absolutely limitless mind. So Earth is our base. That's how we create, and Earth is your freedom. And if you don't know something, your brain never believes it. But because I'm transferring the codes and I'm explaining to you what's going on, more and more after this meeting, when you're going to go and live your life, more and more your brain will understand and will learn how to see the reality and how to see the truth about who you are and what's going on. I just want you to relax and understand that 90%, 97, 98% of everything we believed and everything that we see around ourselves are not reality. Okay. And when you see yourself, all of these limitations, they're absolute illusions. And this is how we create. We take freedom, it's Earth, and then we have an idea of something that we want to create. That energy, that air. Ideas are air. They are not, you can't touch them yet. Think about your art. When you want to create something, first you have an idea. Oh, I want to do the song, or I want to it. You have an idea of what you want to create. And all of a sudden you have these limitations from the Earth point. When you think of who you are, you already think like, I am such and such years old man, I had such and such past, I have this and this. And from these limitations, you're trying to create. But this is not going to be your story no more. We're going to create from you knowing who you truly are. When you close your eyes, keep them closed. Think about yourself. You close your eyes, and if you part yourself from the illusion of you being a body, a man, you have a story. All of a sudden, you have limitless possibilities, how your life can go, how your art can go. And you can have different ideas for your creation. Not the one that you had before when you were 30-something years old male who creates this type of art. You close your eyes and you think about yourself as nothing and everything. From that point, you can start your creations. And when you will look at air and ideas for the creation, the matrix, all of a sudden, when you open your eyes, it flips it to, I'm talentless. There are so many men like me. I'm not a musician like Mozart, for example, whoever, you want to vision yourself to. But all of, I told you before, all of the talented musicians you think talented on this planet, they are you, they are in your DNA, because you absorb all of them. Everything that you ever heard, everything that you see, everything that comes to your consciousness, you created. This is your universe. You created this universe. That means everything is you. And all of a sudden, when you open your beautiful eyes, you think of yourself as a man with certain past, with certain music, with certain bandmates, with certain mom, certain dad. And from there, you get your ideas to create. And from there, a lot of times you think, well, not everybody on this earth knows my music, so I might be talentless, or it's hard for me to create. Whatever is your story. It's just like a fiction I am, talking about. So the air, ideas for creation, the matrix turn into talentless, and it's absolutely not true. It's absolutely not true. It's just the wicked upside down flipped image of you. It's not true. It creates, I'm talentless, I don't know what I want, I don't know, I have no ideas. So the third body of creation is water, creation itself. When you sit down, when you start playing something, you start writing something. And if you have your ideas from that space, when you're not that man, when you don't have any limitations, when you're pure, and you don't need to prove anything to anybody, there is nobody else in this world, and everybody else in this world, they are you, they are your children, and you want to create as God for them. Then different ideas gonna start coming to your head. And when we talk about water, creation itself, nothing can live without water. The matrix flips it to image, I can't, I don't know how. You know how, and you can. It's just, again, wicked flipped image. And we're gonna remove it. When you notice it, remember, when you notice it, when you know where to look, all of a sudden image disappears. It's like a sand start just like going through your fingers and disappears. Sand castles, they're not real. And the fourth part is fire. When you activate, when you show your creation to the world. And this activation, when you show yourself to the world, matrix often flips it as a lack of energy. So the higher your soul is in the real world, in your real world, the higher your soul goes, the more of these limitless energies you have, and the harder matrix flip them. So when you think of yourself, you are lacking ideas, when you are weak, when you don't have energy, when you don't know how, when you're talentless, all of this is the matrix limitation. All of this means only one thing. You are absolutely have very powerful, very well, all the souls are unique, but very very giving. You have so much into you. You absorb so much in your consciousness, and is absolutely open to great things that you can create. The only thing for you is to pay attention. Pay attention to knowing that in this life on Gaia, we see everything absolutely in a mirror-like image. So if you think you're lacking of love, that means you have abundance of love. You just need to remember it's an illusion. And when you see the illusion, all of a sudden it disappears. Okay. So remember, we're coming back to meeting number one. You have to be a very good observer. But if you don't know the truth, it's hard to see it. And now you know the truth. You know the truth who you are. You know the truth about your soul. You know the truth that you are very, very high, and that many store building to be that unstoppable creator who you really are. Because some people, let's face it, they are pretty close to third dimension. And the only thing they want to do is to, do their routine. And a lot of times it brings them a lot more tangible results on planet Earth that for souls that are, feel like they are destined for so much, but they can't, it doesn't matter, it feels like doesn't matter what we do, we still are the same. No energy, we feel pretty talentless, we feel like we have so much to give to this world, but somehow we can't. The projects don't work, there is no energy for them. The things that we have brilliant ideas for, all of a sudden we don't have power to finish them, only because when you look at yourself, you look at yourself through these limitations. When you look at your creations, you're the fifth element. It's the earth, air, water, fire, unlimited. You look at all of these elements through the limitations. Okay? Does it make sense? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Does it make sense?
Yes, a lot, and it's kind of beautiful because I don't know. I in this last day in this last days I've been like very in love with being on fire. I don't know. We made how do you say it? Well, we made fire in the wood, like I forgot the name, but and I feel like in a trance just watching the fire, but also love to feeling the water, and I buy these rocks like minerals because I feel very attracted by the color and the shapes, and I don't know. I feel so attracted to these four elements, like water, earth, um, um, fire, and I don't know. It's very curious how everything like I don't know. It just make a lot of sense. When I buy these rocks, these minerals, I didn't knew why I wanted it. Just feel like it was important to have them. But I don't know. In this time, it makes a lot of more sense. And
yeah, absolutely. You're so close to creation. Let's close your eyes, and you can close your eyes, remember who you are again, and you can think about what I said, and you can say that from now on, you can say that, repeat after me inside of your head, or you can say I remember who I am. I am who I am. I am the creator. I do want to see the real, authentic, true image of myself on Gaia, on Earth, in this matrix. I accept everything. I appreciate everything. I understand that I designed everything that I see around me. I see the journey. I accept the journey. And it's time for me to wake up, to see the real image, to feel my real power, so I could create from my real energies, create from abundance, create from love, and let go of all of the mirror images, limitations, and illusions. And ask my brain and ask my heart to help me to see the real image of who I am. And I want to share with you a little bit about 2024. This year is going to be absolutely powerful. On Earth, on the whole planet, the energies are changing. The civilizations, the super civilizations, the angels, archangels, everybody who was helping us, the forces that changes, a lot is going to be built. But when we build the new stuff, when we build the new era, when we build something new, we need the space for it. So a lot of things are going to be destroyed in a global level, planet level, and in our lives. There is going to be no more karma. Karma just ceasing to exist. But there is going to be this point when the absolutes come into this game with the limitations that he designed for themselves. And then very important for us in 2024 is to be an observer and see these limitations. Remember, you're getting very strong and very powerful in understanding that the persona of yours, it's not who you are. You love the persona help you to wake up and realize who you are. But you always remember, anything you see in this world and around yourself is you. So what you concentrate your attention on is going to be with you in 2024, 25, 26. So in this year, 24, we're laying the base for our unique world we're going to live in. And there's going to be so many different realities that people are fighting with each other, how it's going to be, what reality we're going to live. But the truth is, it's a quantum world. So you're going to live in a reality you designed this year, you laid the basis to. So everything that you see, if you concentrate on peace, love, even, it's going to sound evil, but even if there is a war, there is a disaster, there is bad things happening around you, I invite you to look at it from the bird's view as a pasture, because everything new is going to be built only when we have a space for it. So that means, unfortunately, a lot's going to be destroyed, a lot. And you can't change it. And we have to learn how to accept it. And accept it doesn't mean to put a mask on and say, oh, I love everything. I'm just going to close my eyes. I'm not going to see it. It doesn't matter to me. No, it doesn't mean that. You can be even involved emotionally, but you see yourself and you see those emotions and you ask yourself a question. You can even have a notebook or like a piece of paper. If there is negativity in your life, let's take your personal life. Let's don't take the global things, but the global things also always created by you, and always any type of disaster or something is destroying just because new is going to be built. And another thing is Matrix giving us a lot of false pictures, especially on TV, news, and all of that, that are not even happening. It's a quantum world. So it's literally like a movie. It's not real. But another thing is when in your personal life, something negative coming to you and you think about it as negative, you're concentrating your mind on negative. That means you're going to take it with you. And we don't want to do that. A lot of the problems, they disappear. I promise you, they disappear if we don't pay attention to them. You know what I mean? It comes to health, to people, to negative situation. If you don't remember the bird's poop, you don't take it to the lab, you don't analyze it. 90% of the problems literally disappear when you don't talk about it, when you don't think about it, when you don't share with other people your problems. It's a rule number one of new level consciousness and the new people on earth. We don't complain. Because when you pour your divine energy into complaining, and you don't let other people complain to you, we don't gossip, we don't complain, we do not waste our energy and drain our energy somewhere where we don't want to grow. Yun, absolute, your world, your word, especially your word when you talk, be very careful about how you talk about yourself. Never call yourself stupid. Never say, I am powerless. Never say none of these, because you are divine. You are the God. Everything you say, everything you think, you create with it and you see in the outside world. But sometimes there is also your consciousness that lives in yours lives in the ninth dimension part of it. So a lot of circumstances you decided to create in your life, to have them as an experience. And when you look at the circumstances and you see them as negative, you can literally take a notepad and write them down. What is negative about it, but also what these help you to create or achieve that otherwise you wouldn't. What kind of magic kick from universe that was, basically, in other words. Why did this person come to you? Did it help you to grow? Did it help you to see one of your programs of a victimhood? Did it help you to think about something differently? And when you get into the habit of not see the situation as a little bitty victim human being on earth, that situations happen to this little human heart. When you learn, when you train your brain, that is a way of a spirit. When you train your brain to see all of the circumstances as spirit, as a limitless spirit who just having the experience and playing the game, what does the spirit do? He is playing the game. He's interested in the situation. So he sits down and writes down what was negative, why did I learn it? So analyzing, leaving the emotions out of it, accepting the emotions, analyzing the emotions, it's a very, very good quality of a creator who can create not from, emotions and fear or whatever thrown at them from a victimhood, but from very conscious spirit brain who know how to create, who knows and accept everything in this life. And if you want to have, that's where a lot of people losing energy, because we judge everything. We judge the president, we judge the weather, we judge people around us, we judge the family, we judge friends, we judge the most important thing, we judge our every action. And it's so much power, so much energy comes to these thoughts, it's unbelievable. And if you train your brain to stop judging, accepting, analyzing, and sometimes it's best not to analyze, sometimes it's a bird's poop and we just shake it off, right? And sometimes we ask ourselves, what is not a flip image? What is real here? Why is this situation happening? Why is this war happening? Why this person called me stupid? Why prices go up? What is really happening? You will see the different picture. You will see that everything was designed to bring us to a different world. And the political situation goes to hell and prices go up because we can't live in this political system anymore and it has to be destroyed. And sometimes through imaginary, disasters. A lot of these disasters are going to be imaginary, but the whole world is illusion. So everything is not what you see, okay? And that's what there's going to be a lot of emotions. There's going to be a lot of political, global, and even physical changes on this earth in 2024. The sun activity is going to be really, really high. The psychic field of earth is going to change so much. There is going to be so many energies coming. So sometimes the cough, the sleeplessness, more tired, more energetic. Sometimes this kind of like anxiety can come in. I invite you to always talk to me if anything like this happening, but it's natural when the energy is high, energy is coming, the low energy is leaving. And again, something is getting destroyed. Our body is going to change with the light speed. So sometimes these processes can be a little bit shaky. Do not ever think that any of them don't serve you. I invite you to look at everything as a spirit and understand that everything in here is designed to serve you. Come into your power, baby. Come into your power and understand that from now on, everything in your life happening for you. All of the forces are serving you, all right? It's very important to be in this consciousness level. And it's very good, remember those exercises, breathing exercises to feel your brain synchronize your left and right part of your brain, everything that we're going through you together when we have our meetings, very important. And very important to understand that you can always just tell your body, open my heart, open the heart really, really wide, and understand that every person is you. It's a part of you. It's a part of you because there is no outside world. Everything you're projecting from your pineal gland, you are the projector. You are the center of the universe. And we're all designed to serve you. Okay? So you're the center, you're God. And every time you feel like maybe some situations, the ideas are a little bit stronger, always ask your angels, yourself, Christ. It's a beautiful word. Jesus Christ, he's not, the Christ is just not just a word, right? It's not his last name. This is the one of the names of the creators of this universe. That's why he was always saying, my Father, because Christ is also you. The Jesus is also you. Everything that you think your past memories, it's in your DNA. Everything. There is no past. Everything is your parallel lives. Okay. And the higher you wake up, your consciousness wake up, the more you understand that everything is you. Everything is you. It's just the deeper you go, the more you think that you are separate from this world and you just one little dot or one little ant on this earth. It's just imagine an ant crawling on a balloon. It's so small, it doesn't know it's just a balloon, right? But if you look at it at a different consciousness, you understand that ant crawling on the balloon, and the ant think it's his whole universe. So we'll talk about it a little more. So 2024 is going to be absolutely not just changes that's going to happen. And remember, everything projecting from your pineal gland. It's not just going to be changes on the planetary level. It's the whole universe going to shift. But the higher your consciousness are, the more you understand that you on other dimensions, you are everything. Right now, you just see everything around yourself, like your house, the people that coming to you, because your consciousness is trapped into this limitation that you're just human being on earth. Okay. In other dimensions, your pineal gland sort of involves the whole, all of the planets and Milky Way and the sun and different civilizations and the whole universe. And the higher you go, the more everything is inside of you. Okay. And everything is inside of you. That's who God, God is everything. Everything is inside. We are all his dream. Your dream, basically, your dream when you wake up in that consciousness. So I know some of these going to be a little bit hard to understand, but remember, with me, how I always tell you, even something is sound a little bit like I don't understand. This is the key. If you don't understand everything, this is a good sign, because if you understand everything, you're not growing. When you don't understand everything, what's going to happen? My code's going to come to you, and eventually more and more, a month from now, a week from now, a day from now, 3 months from now, you'll be like, oh, right, this is how it is. And you're going to see more and more of who you are, what is the universe is, what is Gaia is, how the planets are, how to create your art. Everything's going to be unfolding beautifully. Okay, one last thing for today, and I'll let you go. Remember that what are you thinking about all day long? That's who you are. This is what's going to be your life. So do not judge everything, accept everything, because sometimes you design something on a planetary level, your consciousness designs something that you don't understand with your human brain, but you designed it, you made it, you made it happen for the purpose you just don't know yet. Okay, and that's beautiful. If you look at this matrix, that's another thing. We see limitations, but start seeing the beauty of it in everything, in every action, in every person, and you will see how your brain will learn how to analyze everything and change everything. So now, because we are high conscious people, we have really tough time to create in this matrix. I do a little exercise with you, how to kind of like have a little bit of structure of creation in this physical reality for yourself. We imagine it as like a house of base foundation for your creation in this physical reality. And remember, I told you to have a big square, with one big square with a 3x3 little squares inside it. So 9 squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And around this big square, we're going to do a circle. So we put a big square into a circle, and we're going to do 9 little squares inside of it. Okay. So if you take a pen and a paper, and on the very first one, you can write down my state, my emotions, my feelings. Don't do emotions, just my feelings, my state.
So in the first square, I put that like my feelings.
Put my feelings.
Ready.
Okay, 1 second. 1 second. Maybe I'll find a better word of it in English. Hold on. Yeah, probably feelings. Like my state of mind. The second one, let's put relationships.
The second one, it's gonna be right for not
on the right
not
from it. Yeah, let's do the right from it.
Relationships.
Then you put in the third one, you put children, and children can be your physical children, or that can be your creations. That can be, if you want to have physical children in your life, let them to represent physical children. If you never want to have children, that can be your projects.
Okay.
Yeah, your children also. Then fourth one is your purpose, or your main something that you really love to do, something that you almost want to dedicate your life to.
Okay.
Money, the fifth one. A lot of people, high conscious people, high vibrational people say we don't need money, but it's absolutely absolutely wrong.
Yes.
Because God, to create, to be comfortable, to don't have limitations, we can't have some areas in this matrix where we're playing in this physical world, to have something that we just close our eyes on and say we don't need it. If you, as God created it, you need it.
Okay.
Then your dreams.
Dreams can be like, I don't know.
Any dreams you have, any dreams that you are dreaming about. Some more like your wishes, not the dreams that you're dreaming at night, your wishes, what you're dreaming about. Then your what you give to this world, so your visibility in this world.
Visibility, it can be like a contribution.
Hold on. It's like your manifestation in this world, your representation in this world, like who you are. Yeah, your contribution.
Okay.
Maybe you want to, for example, maybe you want to make 1 million people happy, or something that you want to give to this world, tangible, visible, that you want to give to this world. Maybe you want to, I don't know, give houses to 1,000 children, or show your art to, I don't know, 50 countries, or have your concert in 3 continents, something like this.
Okay.
Then your body and your health, 8th. And then the depth of your world. So
depth
this one,
of my world.
yes. So this one is kind of like everything in one. The balance.
That's like the DEATH.
How deep, yes. How deep your world is.
Okay, deep.
How you can bring, yes, deep. How you can bring everything into balance.
Can you explain me a little bit about the deep of the world?
This is kind of like, let's call it balance.
Okay. Balance. Okay.
Mm-hmm. When you combine your body and your spirit, how balanced you are. So this is basically, when you think about it, how can I put my life a little bit in order in 2024? This can be the foundation. That's what given to me, shown to me. This is the foundation, and it has to be simple, because another illusion of the matrix, God is simple, he creates, right? But another illusion of this matrix, when it flips the image, it likes to do everything complex, and it likes to take our mind to so many directions that we start something and we forget. We start another thing and we forget. So this, I invite you to, and the thing is, it's a square, because this is how spirits see this world. In squares, in a DNA, the square represents our cell. And the spirits see everything in kind of like commands, in a little squares, in a little cells, like little cubes. And there is sacred geometry. If you want, I can get you deep into this in one of our meetings, but if you don't, you don't. If you do, I can explain to you a little bit more of how the spirit, soul, and everything come together, and how the spirit see this world, how your soul. So basically, spirit is the energy, is you, is the God, and your soul is the materia, mother. Spirit is father, cosmic father, right? But which is you. I want you to get used to understand this world as multi-leveled from the quantum point of view. You know what I mean? Because at certain
Yes.
level, we all quants, and the spirit see everything in cubes, in quants, in measurements, in sacred geometry. This is the language of a spirit. When I see something, they show it to me, not like we, sometimes there are pictures, but sometimes it's just kind of like little electrical commands. And the spirit, when you see, when you, sometimes in this matrix, you feel your spirit as a electricity that's running through your body, through your brain. You will learn how to, we'll do more exercises. You'll learn how to open up your brain for that. And your soul, it's the materia. So when spirit is kind of like mother and father, when they have sex, right, they create a child. So that's when the God comes into materia, into your soul. The soul is the architector. The soul is the creator. The soul is someone who designs everything. And the soul has its own limitations because the soul is the reflection of the spirit. The spirit decided, okay, I want to come into the matrix. He decided to enter this game, and he saw his reflection, which is the materia. And the materia is the mother, the basis, your soul, your body, your house. It's everything that you see around you. This is the mother, the materia. This is the molecule, atom. Everything that you see, you can feel, you can touch. This is the materia. So your spirit, and a lot of times I see that people, I'm one of them. I used to be, well, as a creator, for me to understand all of this, and for you to understand a lot of your art, you have to go through it. You have to go really deep. So I lost my thought. So to see all of this, I had to go through a lot of stages. But the thing is, when you very kind of like your consciousness is very high, a lot of times you don't understand how to create in the material world. And to make it easy for us, they give us these 9 areas. And if you learn how to balance them in 2024, it's going to be very easy for you to create in the material world. Okay. And the thing is, to create in which one of them, you don't have to like break your brain and think about super steps, how you have to push yourself. No, the real job is to train your brain to notice and recognize these areas. So when you don't consciously think about them, your brain, your spirit can give you these ideas easy because your brain already knows what to look at. Does that make sense? Because
Yes.
if we don't train our brain to notice something, it's not going to notice it. And the spirit, your soul, going to push it to you, but your brain is going to be, I don't believe it. I don't believe it, because the brain doesn't have it in its awareness to see it. That's why a lot of times, until I trained my brain to notice what other people think magic is, I couldn't see it. That's why a lot of people don't see magic, because their brain saying it's not real. Okay. At certain time, I know how, when the clouds talk to me, when the birds talk to me, when I don't want to take your brain there, but a lot of things that I see and a lot of people see on this earth already, other people don't see, only because their brain is not ready to see it because it never looked outside of the box they're in. Okay. And they think that they never even thought about it. So if you don't think about it, if you don't look for it, if your God's brain don't look like pouring energy into it, it's dead. Materia, mother, only come to life when Father, when God, when this energy comes into her. She is absolutely dead. Everything is already exist in this world. Everything that you can think of exists. But if you put your attention to it, you put that electricity into the dead materia and it comes to life. It's like Sleeping Beauty kiss, right? You have to be the prince and you have to kiss the Sleeping Beauty for it to come to life. And all of it, a lot of times we're kissing absolutely the wrong girls because we're thinking the wrong thoughts. Do you understand the kind of like analogy? So we're waking up a lot of sleeping forces that we don't want to wake up just because we're paying attention to them, because we're kissing them with our energy. The negativity, the disaster, the poverty, the scarcity, and all of this stuff. Your every thought kissing some type of beauty, and some of these beauties are not beauties at all. So we don't fight. We don't fight the rules, and Matrix have these rules. Matrix work like this. You do not make money in this reality. Money come to you, but you have to respect them. You got to know that the money exists. Like a lot of people who are very high vibe, high conscious, they're saying, oh, money is going to cease to exist. We don't recognize them. We don't need money. This is wrong. You created these rules, so you must respect them. You know what I mean? Yes, we don't create for money. This is absolutely how it's not going to work. You have to love what you do and you have to give to people. That's why we talk about other squares, right? Where you give to the world, where you create for people, basically for yourself. And this is another illusion of high vibrational people. They like, well, I have to save the world. I have to create it for other people. I have to do this. This is absolutely an illusion. You don't have to save anyone. The more you're going to give money to shelters, the more shelters going to be on this earth. The more you're going to like go outside with the sign, stop the war, the more wars are going to be in this world. Because what you fight is going to be exist. You're going to see it more. And a lot of these people, unfortunately, they're very mean to like their, I don't know, their relatives, their mom and dad, but they go there and fight for human rights. This is absolutely an illusion. So when you put it doesn't mean that we have to make the change if we want to, but always asking ourselves, who are we saving? You don't do it for other people, you do it for yourself, because other people are you. If it makes you uncomfortable and if you want to change it, absolutely. But if you think that you have to go and save someone, that's an illusion.
Okay.
If you think that you have to heal someone, well, why you create sick people? You know how many healers and everybody want to heal someone? And I was one of them. Well, stop trying to heal someone. Stop giving advice. Every time you give advice, you create stupid people. You think that I'm more stupid than you. Every time you want to heal someone, you create sick people that you have to heal them. And I know it sounds pretty harsh, but this is the truth.
No, I love to hear that. It's kind of make a lot of sense.
You know, this is how Matrix make us very delusional. This is how Matrix feed on our pride. And all of these healers, and I was one of them, all of these healers who want to heal, who want to, you know, the more I wanted to like help people with their bad problems, the more I lose power myself, because all of these people that I was creating that have like, I don't know, from fibroids to cancer, I was creating them so I would heal them. And I was putting my energy into the problems and I was creating sick people. That's pretty bad. But not a lot of people will understand when they hear that, but that's the truth. And a lot of people will understand, and they do understand this, and the whole world is going to the direction where we're not going to have sick people because we're not going to create them. We're not going to be doing that. But yeah, I didn't want to go there, but you'll excuse me. So for these 9 squares, all I want you to do, remember, we create with our very, very, very strong conscious spirit and mind and heart. So you don't have to know how, you just have to have the ideas. And with these squares, what we do, we go into nothing else but train your brain to accept and recognize the ideas that come from your spirit for your creations. So whenever you feel like it, maybe 5 minutes a day, you can open it, and in the very first square, when we thought about your feelings, is the very important one. So who you want to be, what kind of feelings and what kind of state you want to be in. You can write down, I am absolute. I am calm. I am a source of love. What kind of states you want to live your everyday life? And when you don't have space in the squares anymore, you can just put number 1 in your notepad and just write something else. Write something else. What kind of person, who you want to be.
I have made in this exercise. When I saw your conversation with Christina at Mind Valley, you told her this thing that remembering your cell phone like every hour, like
yes, every hour.
I don't know. I admire a lot Beyonce. So every hour it reminds my cell phone to think about what I admire of her. And this kind of game become like something bigger, like I don't know, sometimes instead of thinking about Beyonce, I'm thinking about this exactly, what I want to express, how I want to feel. And thinking stuff like, I don't know, I want to be the world creator. I want to be
a source of inspiration for other people.
Exactly.
Maybe you want to be the source of power for other people, and which is for yourself, right? Maybe you want to be the source of love, unconditional love. So are your states that you want to be in, and you can be that very powerful person. And when you live in this state, you becoming this state, and all of a sudden circumstances, people, your house, your cars, and everything reflect that state, the state of power, the state of mighty, the state of I can, the state of I am, the state of I am love, I am God, I am eternal soul, I am honesty, I am power, I am belief. Who else you are? I am, I don't know, beautiful, I am divine.
Yes.
Whatever. Yes, I am. Who you want to be, I am. And you can write it all down, who you are. Then relationships. I tell you one secret about relationships. All the relationships get so much better when you stop changing and judging people, when you leave them to fuck alone. Sorry, I have to destroy this program of people always want to change their kids, their spouses, their friends, and I was one of them. As soon as you say, you know what, they can be dirty, mean, assholes, whatever they want to be, they're still part of me. I freaking love them, whatever. All of a sudden, magically, they change. And if you give them what you want to receive from them, if you want to receive love, give them some love. If you want them to leave you alone, leave them alone. If you want them to disappear from your life, disappear from their life. You know what I mean? You're the God. There is no rules. The only one rule in a relationship, leave the people alone. So much. If you don't like your spouse, shit. Find the power in yourself, find the dignity, find the honesty, and leave them. Stop changing them. You know what I mean? Divorce, even if you have to leave the very comfortable house or, whatever it is. People work on their relationship for years and years. They live for the kids, they do this, they struggle with their parents. But parents, that's an illusion too. Parents, just your old programs. Change yourself and your parents will leave you alone. That's it. You can't change anybody. When another thing, you have some feelings inside of you. All the people, they are not people. All the people in your life, they are just, in our life, all the people, they are just a reflection of one of our programs. So you have this state, I am a victim, for example. So all of a sudden you're going to have bullies in your life who's going to tell you all kind of shit about yourself. If you say, I am the tyrant, all of a sudden you're going to have some victims around you who you're going to bully. If you think of yourself, I am talentless, it's going to be someone who's, you're going to show them your music and they're going to say, you know what I mean? Always. If you think yourself like, if even you don't think of yourself, but you acting like a little boy, all of a sudden your mom's gonna be annoying and come to your life and overstep your boundaries and tell you how to live. As soon as you man up and tell your mom, look, mom, I love you to death, but you're not gonna call me when I don't want you to call me anymore. Oops. All of a sudden you don't have to change her, you just have to change yourself and stop being a little boy who can't tell his mom don't call anymore. It's just an example. You understand?
Yes. Yes.
It's just an example. So if you are not a little boy, your mom's not going to be annoying. If you are not scared, your dad is not going to bully you. If you think and you know who you are and you know that you're awesome, your coworker is not going to tell you you're a piece of crap and stuff like that. It's all inside of yourself. And people, again, remember when I said negativity, negative people coming to you, analyze, ask yourself, why are they saying this to me? Is it because I'm a victim, or is it because is it because they want me to step into my power and show myself who I really am? So about the kids, another thing is, if you ever want to have kids, you have to put the focus of your attention into accepting that I want to meet the person in my life, and maybe to realize what kind of person, how is she going to be, what kind of kids, how many kids, and just, you don't have to do much in this area. You just have to have attention to it. If you want to have kids, but you don't have a girl yet, maybe it's good to just go out and look at the girls. Or maybe it's good to break through and learn how to talk to girls, and maybe to be more proactive and say, hey babe, and wink wink at her, something like that. Or if it's maybe good. And when you have kids, just really, a lot of people, especially in the 3D world, a lot of people have kids just because they're supposed to have kids, just because they want to forget about some of their problems to have kids. Or some women have kids, so the husband would pay for the kids. A lot of stupid stuff. And then we have kids and we don't even spend time on them. Kids are very, very time consuming, and they need our focus and undivided attention, at least 30 freaking minutes a day. Some people spend the whole day with their kids, but they never look at their eyes. They never play with them. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
that's another thing. It's like, it's good to find some kids and to play with them, to spend your time with them, and to realize, do you really want a kids? Because another thing, people have kids when they don't really understand something in their own childhood. So they want to see that version of themselves. And
Okay.
then they do exactly the same mistakes as they think their parents did with them. It's another whole story. I can talk about this for hours, how selfish we are when we have kids, but
Wow.
not today. Yes, a lot of people, and you think like people who have 5 kids, and it's gonna sound brutal right now, but you look at the happy families, they have 5 kids, but the more miserable people in their relationship, the more usually they have kids, the more kids they have, because they don't understand something, so they want to dig and dig and dig into what did we do wrong, what went wrong with me in my childhood. So what was the fourth one? Yeah.
So
Your
if I'm kind of pretty sure that I don't want to have kids, and I want to focus on my music projects, it's okay to write about this in this
projects, yes, you put projects. They are your kids, absolutely. Your every creation is your child. Your business is your child, and they have the same stages, actually. First, you lose yourself in your business, then the business is something you become proud of, like
Okay,
a
okay.
child. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But you keep your focus into it. So sometimes you add to it, sometimes the focus, that means sometimes open it, look at it, and think about it. That's all your brain needs. And then your spirit start pouring ideas for your physical representation in this matrix. Okay. So
Okay.
then fourth one is the thing that you create in your life, something that what did we name it?
I put main purpose and
Yes, main purpose. What is your main thing that you want to concentrate in 2024? Okay, yours is
okay.
maybe world tour. For somebody it might be, I don't know, like store with baby clothes, or I don't know, YouTube channel or Instagram channel. What is something that you love to do, or creating a soap and selling the soap? What
Okay.
is, yeah, what is your craft? What is something that you're doing? And then some ideas of what can you do this month, this week? What can you do for it? And at
Okay.
first you train your brain with these ideas, and all of a sudden you notice how spirit's going to put the ideas for you. Then the money, like how much money, just think about how much money do you want to have? Okay, let's say $1 million. Ooh, does the brain feel comfy with it? Yes. Okay, then open a notepad and put everything that you would do with this $1 million. A car, a house, investment, whatever. Play with the money. The money, you don't have to know how, but you have to respect it. You have to know money is energy. People think that money is like a house. It's something tangible. It's something into focus. No, money is energy. Money is you, actually. Money is a part of you, right? So what do you need? Put the part of your energy onto. Money
Okay.
come, and the more you spend, the more you're going to get, I promise you. And the more you spend on yourself, on your education, on your comfort, on your joy, the more you spend on yourself without oh my goodness, spending it and thinking like, oh, why did I do this? This was so expensive. That's a scarcity. That's poverty state of mind. Buying, remember I told you in our previous meetings, wanting a big house and buying apples on sale, these two things don't go together. your brain gonna sabotage it. It doesn't work. Okay, you're paying everybody and saying, remember we did the big exercise. I told you, you have this bank account, virtual bank account. As soon as you spend on your joint, on your education, on your art, on yourself, you get twice as much delivered to your account. So now when you spend, you're like, there is no brainer. Of course, I'm going to spend this amount because I'm going to get twice more delivered to me. Just play this game and don't do it for one day and say, well, you know what? I just bought new jeans and all of a sudden, this sum of money didn't appear on my account. It's like we need a little bit of period of time, and you don't concentrate too much on it. There is no expectations. You just know this is your new truth, okay? And you have to train your brain for it a little bit. You have a virtual account. You know exactly what you want the money for. Write it down. Have the fun. People think that it's all hard work and doing this and this. This world is an illusion. You are the Wizard of Oz. Play it. Have fun with it. Especially right now, we live in absolutely amazing time. So then your dreams. Yeah, and if you want $500,000, write down what do you want it for, because otherwise your brain doesn't even understand what's $500,000. Your dreams, every time you feel like creating something, you're dreaming about something, just write it down, and forget about it. Write down and forget about it. You don't need to know how. And the bigger your dreams are, the more your human brain and your big, very big, absolutely amazing divine spirit can unite together. Because if we think from this just little human mind, what our dreams gonna be? The new house, the new girl. Well, yours is bigger. You want the world tour. But what if, and you think about Elon Musk brain, all of a sudden he thinks about colonizing Mars. Now we're talking bigger, right? Yeah. Now you think about like mad scientists who want to discover the door into parallel world and parallel realities. Now we're thinking bigger. Now we think like a spirit. Now we're going to get the ideas from other dimensions that are bigger than us. You understand how it works? Because everything, these people, they are not, you are these people. And the Mozart and they were thinking bigger. They were thinking bigger than themselves. They were thinking, concentrating, putting their brain power into something bigger than them. And then all of a sudden they create something bigger than them. And then all of a sudden Elon Musk have money to create this rocket. And these mad scientists have a lab that a lot of people want to invest into, and he doesn't need to think about money because his brain dreaming about freaking parallel realities. You know what I mean? And not just about how to move to the next house. And all of a sudden he has so much money with his lab and with his research, then he can buy 4 houses, and 15 cars. This is how it works. And all of a sudden, Elon Musk can, buy half of a planet and create cars and all of that stuff. So think bigger, dream bigger.
It's like creating the space for it.
Yeah. In your music, you can dream about creating new genre of a music. You know what I mean? Creating the new instrument or creating, I don't know, like, website for all of the artists coming to I don't know, what's your craft, all of a sudden I created 3 ideas how you can think bigger in your field. You know what I mean? So yes, exercise your brain. What else in your art you can create bigger than what you were thinking before? Remember when you close your eyes and you think who I am, you are unlimited source. But when you open your eyes, You're like, I'm Juan, I'm such and such years old, I have mom and dad and blah, blah. And then your dreams becoming his dreams. And then all of a sudden, only thing he is dreaming about is just tour in certain country and the house. But what if you're not him? What if you close your eyes and again, remember the matrix, remember the flipping image, and you're thinking about, shit, what can I really create? What do I really want to create? And all of a sudden, exercise those dreams. And the more you do it, all of a sudden, you won't recognize yourself in 3 months. Don't leave the expectations though, okay? If you didn't have a breakthrough super idea in the next day, remember, we don't push ourselves. You enjoy every moment. You decided that you don't want to do anything for a week. Please don't do anything for a week, baby. This is how you accumulate energy for your quantum leap. People are scared. People are so scared when they have no ideas. They all of a sudden think I'm talentless. No, this is a flip image. You are God. You're not in a hurry. You accumulate that energy for your inspiration. And when you feel inspiration, you look at these squares and you're like, I forgot about my dreams. Let me think about my dreams. And what powerful mind does, he tells your mind, okay, now think about my dreams. It doesn't go through the day and have like these fleas in terms of stupid thoughts. Jump, 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 jump. And you like have an idea, then you lose it. You observe yourself. You command your brain on what do you want it to think, on what emotions do you want to have, what inspirations do you want to have. If you don't have inspiration right now, it's the best freaking state. It's 0. It's the God number. The God number is sphere. It's a circle. That's why I told you to put this square in a circle, because it's complete sphere. That means you're accumulating energy for something absolutely freaking fantastic, is amazing. We need to embrace our state where we're empty, we're 0, because this is God. Everything came out of nothing. God is everything and nothing. God is 0. God is sphere. God is circle. Okay? Materia is a square. Materia is a square. Materia is a cube. Materia is a star. When you look higher dimensions, when you look from the quantum point of view at a star, you will see that a star is a pyramid. I'll show it to you on the picture after we talk. Okay, so I don't fight anything. I just create. So your dreams, then how like you're giving to this world, okay? Do you want to make people happy? Do you want to, like I said, do you want to have like a company with 1,000 employees? Do you want to visit 3,000 countries? Do you want to like, what is your idea? Put the crazy ideas into there, but not from your persona state of mind. From everything and anything is possible. Remember, you close your eyes and you're like, shit, how do I really want this world to see me? Myself, to see myself, all of my parts. What do I really want to do? Then it's your body, your health. Every day you have to do something for your body. Your body is your soul. Remember, you can actually talk to your body. Set aside 5 minutes a day and talk to your body. Just how does it feel? Feel your stomach, feel your kidneys, feel your brain. Okay, do some breathing exercises. Just in this square, just write down, what would you like to do? Even if it's just dancing, I don't know, whatever. Swimming, dancing, breathing, talking to your body. Remember, what's important is not what you do, but attention, your divine attention to your body, to your health. Okay. People think it's so important, actually, what they do. No, your body just wants to feel that you love it and you do something for it.
Wow.
Going to the gym is not better than doing yoga, or yoga is not than swimming. And because body is an illusion. Body, like the whole world is a quantum world. the physical body is not the physical body. It's just a wave that we put into focus. The body is a part of the picture you see on your screen. You open your eyes, your God, you open your eyes and you see the screen. And actually, you never, ever don't know how your body look like if it's not the mirror or other people see you, right? Or,
Right.
well, we have a camera now. But if you look at the camera, at the mirror, you notice there are two different people. If you look at different mirrors, you notice that people are different. Don't you notice that? The different mirrors show you. And every day you wake up, one day you wake up, you're like, oh my God, I can't even look at myself. I'm so ugly. And one day you wake up and you're like, what is that handsome dude? Tell me you didn't feel like that sometimes. Even our perception of how we look is different. Week to week. It's such an illusion. Body is such an illusion, but body is your soul. Body is a material. Body is a mother. Remember, mother, material, soul. So body wants to feel our love. That's why we need whatever is your fancy. Sit-ups, swimming, breathing exercises are very, very important because we breathe with the rhythm we learn to breathe. So if we live in in our emotions of like scarcity, or we live from like whatever, a lot of people live their breathing pattern as their breathing pattern is also a part of their state, of their emotions. If you always like feel that you're lacking of energy and you're about to disappear from this earth and you feel talentless, you're barely breathing, just a little bit, you barely have air. If you have like abuser husband or wife, or like you hate your job, you barely breathing too, or you in this fight and flight mode where you like it's an illusion too, but it represents your state. Breathing and breathing exercises, it's a good it's a lot of things actually you can do through your body. It's like your state affects your body, and through your body, this is how matrix works, you can affect your state too. Sometimes you exercise, the endorphins, blah blah blah. This is one of the rules of the matrix. And what do? Rule number one: we don't judge, we don't fight the rules, we just follow them for now. The rules changing so much, our body's changing so much. Then we go to one of my rules I told you at the beginning when we met. A lot of your symptoms are not the symptom of the disease or a problem, the symptom of ascension, the symptom of you going to higher dimensions as a part of this planet, and this planet is a part of you, because this planet is coming from your pineal gland, baby. I know it's a lot. It's a lot, but yeah, we don't judge the matrix. This is how it's done.
Okay.
So, and in all of this, the square number one, and the last one, it's that balance. I always want you to write down in that square, how did I have the balance in my life? Did I look at all of the 8, 9 squares and have this foundation for my reality? If you just pay attention to these areas, and sometimes write down just maybe nothing. If nothing comes to you, it's beautiful too. That means you're jumping to the next level. When the don't push yourself, okay? You open the notepad, you see, okay, money, nothing comes. You're like, okay, you close it. But what did you do? You just put your divine attention into it. What does it mean? That spirit gonna pour the ideas into you. We don't do anything from like, oh, I have to push it, I have to create, I have to think how it's done. Remember, your job is not to think of how it's done. They gonna take care of it. Your job is just put your attention to it. You can even open it, look at it, and close it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't even have to write down anything. Nothing comes to you. Don't write anything down. And the most important in this is your state. I am love. I am honesty. Don't give a fuck about anything. That's a state too. Excuse my French, but that's a good state actually. People hate cussing words, but cussing words, it's something when you want to deactivate negative programming. Sometimes I use it because as soon as the reptilian inside of you hears it, it's like, oh, hold on, we were talking about divine, godly things in here, and all of a sudden she's cussing. Then you wake up and you're paying attention. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the reptilian is like, oops, I better change that pattern. So that means we're going outside of the matrix too. Because what do they say? The high vibrational people, they don't cuss, they don't drink, they don't do this, and they don't eat meat. But the thing is, if you have high enough vibrations, you can eat meat, and you basically do meat a favor because you raise the meat's vibration to your vibration. There are no rules. Yes. And there is the whole universe of chickens that are so happy that you ate it because God ate the chicken. That means the chicken lives in the God now. You know what I mean?
Yes.
This world is an illusion. And that's why it's so important, actually, when you eat food, it's very important to just, you are the God. You can just say, but you don't say bless my food how people from scarcity were blessing their food. But it's a good practice. You just say, you just eat your food and you imagine you feeding your materia, your mother, your power. You don't just feed your body. When you feed yourself, you're giving love and blessing to this food, and you put it inside of you, and it's a totally different idea. Then you can basically eat a lot of things and they're not going to do anything bad in your body. It's all your attention. And there are a lot of people who eat and I was one of them, who eat very healthy, but they do it from scarcity, deprivation, limitations, and it doesn't work. Okay. So right now, for example, I can drink liquids. I can have fasting, can drink liquids, and all of a sudden, I feel like I do not want. But all of a sudden, I feel like eating Dorito chips. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat those chips because if I really, really want it, that means the part of me, the materia, my animal kingdom, the spirits who live in this body, one of them want to have this experience still. But and I give them that experience. But the higher, like the more you go with it without scarcity and limitations, like all of a sudden you don't want the same food anymore. But it has to be gradually, and it has to be that balance. Remember the square number 9, how deep you are, how much attention you put into everything, not just the surface level dude or girl, whatever, right? We're not the surface level people. We're not just thoughtless. We put depth, we put thought, we put love into all of our actions, into eating, into breathing, into disciplining our brain to accept all the power that's going to be poured into us in 2024. This is who we are. We're living the journey every day. We're enjoying, we're grateful for having the house, for having the nature around us, for having the people around us, even negative people who opening up something in us for us to see in ourselves. It's a beautiful process, because if it's not this negative person, you would never know you have this bird poop stuck into you and you would never see it. But this person just showed you, hey, dude, you have a bird poop on your shirt. And now you can wipe it off and you're going to be spotless. This is the process, nothing else. Everything designed to serve you. As long as you are not falling asleep, as long as you remember who you are. As long as you remember who you are, everything's serving you. As soon as you fall asleep, you don't live in your body. So that means it's an invitation for all kind of like consciousness, lower vibration consciousness live in your body. And those consciousness, those quantum consciousness, they create the thoughts that you don't want to think.
Okay.
When you go through your day and you aware who you are, you know everything is serving you. You turn your every action into a magical, you know, the magical ritual. You are the one who can design your own magical rituals. You don't have to. In the third dimension, we were like learning because we were asleep, and we were like who we are. We didn't know. So we had to have like 1,000 videos. We had to have some runes, rituals, you know, all kind of things, amulets, tattoos, all of these things, because we thought that we need the protection from something. We thought that we need the ritual, but you can design the ritual because you are the one who created those rituals that you learned from other people. Do you understand?
Yes.
So why don't you become that person? And why don't you decide that you want your own rituals, that you want your own magic, that you are the one who are the source of magic? That's a good one, right? I am the source of magic.
Yeah.
I am the source of power. I am the ritual creator. I am the lion king of my animal kingdom, and everybody is serving me. But do you know how the king kind of like conquer its world? With love. You know, they're serving you, and you appreciate and love them for that. Love and appreciation. Yeah, and you become the king of the kings. Power is nothing without love. All of the people who were using their power without love, their kingdom always come to the end, always. And the only kingdom that is eternal of our God, the Christ kingdom, because it's based on love and appreciation for everybody who's serving him, which is you. Okay, I think that's enough. That's enough. I hope you I hope you still with me, and
Yes.
you're ready to. And you know, I really want you to get into your new year when it's going to be 31st, and it's going to be 0000, and the new year starting. You go into the all of the karma on this planet Earth going to be nullified. Zero, God creating energy. Remember, zero, God. And in this moment, every system on planet Earth going to be indexated, and the higher power, whatever you want to call them, the architectures, we are in our different dimension. We go into analyze every system. That means the spirit, the soul, and the persona together. We call them system. Is going to be analyzed, and your state, what do you think is possible in your world, what you prepared to be possible in your world, is going to manifest in 2024, because there is no more karma. Do you understand? So if in this exact moment of 000, before the new year starts on the 31st at 12 a.m. at night, on the 1st, right, 12 a.m. at night, what do you, at this moment, what's going to be in your brain possible for you, that's going to manifest for you. So I want you to look and pay attention to these squares. What do you think is possible for your money is going to manifest? What do you think is possible for your body is going to manifest? What do you think is possible for your projects, for the story of your life, for who you are? What do you think is possible? They're gonna the mother material architectures. It's a civilization. Civilization is just the part of your brain. Everything is a part of your body of consciousness. Everything is, it's your cells. It's, remember, octopus, it depends of what dimension you are. And it's, I don't want you to understand everything right now. It's going to come to you fast, but I want you to think about What is really possible, you think is possible in your life? And widen that box, make it bigger. Think more than Elon Musk, think more than that mad scientist, think more than Mozart. Make it possible in your life. Think really, really big. Don't think like a human being. Think like a planet. Think like a galaxy, if you
Wow,
wish. Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, but maybe you don't need to go to the galaxy level, but maybe you are. Maybe you want to create a portal. I don't know, right? In between the worlds. That's possible too. You know what's possible? Anything. Or maybe you want to have a clairvoyance, clear vision. What's there in English? You know, when you talk to the trees. Maybe you want to talk to the trees. It's possible. Maybe you want to talk to angels. It's possible. You put it in your dreams, or you put it in your how you want. Maybe you want to be a channeler. You know what I mean? Maybe you want to talk to spirits. There are a lot of things that we don't even think at first. We just think about the house, car, and the girl or a boy or something. That's usual standard thing, or college for kids, or even for you, next song. But think bigger. Maybe it's not just about writing a song. Maybe it's creating the new genre in the music, something maybe nobody ever heard about. Maybe it's a combination of an artwork. Like imagine a painting that has the music and special lighting in like combined together. Maybe it's an art gallery with certain music and art and even smells in it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
That's the
yes.
new thought. That's the absolutely new thought outside of the box. Or maybe it's a world tour with a like huge, like, I don't know what's possible in your industry, but maybe it's like the music with a different type of instrument, not that you regular play. Maybe it's music that involves like some visionary, like super something. And you don't need to think like brain's gonna all of a sudden, well, where I'm gonna get the money for it. It's not your job to think about that. Your job is to open that box and don't look at the world through that box.
Wow,
Okay.
I love that.
Yes, your job is to think huge, think like the whole planet. What we are all going from third dimension to fourth dimension. What kind of different music is going to be there? The whole music industry going to change. It's already changing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or maybe you want to add, I don't know, painting to your music. Maybe you want to add music to painting. Maybe you want to create music to change the political situation, and somehow to it's going to involve the human brain, that like dormant DNA cells going to be activated when people hear your music. Put it in there. You don't need to know how, but you need to, because we are all so unique. Our spirit, mother and father spirit and soul combination is very unique. That's why God put himself, you put yourself in here to create through your vision. Okay. He didn't come here to create a new house. House will come when you create the new music that touches the dormant DNA of a human brain. Do you think you're gonna be able to afford the house? Heck yeah. if you're gonna create absolutely new, unique, what you call it, industry, which involves the medicine, music, and human brain activation. Heck yeah, it's the how you're probably gonna have an apartment or a house when you're doing something like that. I'm just joking, but see what I'm saying?
I understand.
Think outside.
Yeah. Thinking this way, suddenly many things pass to I don't know, another window, like um, just that like the money, like the house, the car. No, I don't know. It's like just a consequence of
Yeah.
train my
But
brain how to think bigger.
yeah, but you know what? We don't need to forget about our houses. No, because God have to live comfy.
Yes.
Have to. So you definitely can put the house you want in your dreams. But remember, when you think about house, even you can visualize it, but don't waste your energy on old paradigm, how we're visualizing the house, how it's going to be. Think of a state. Think of the feelings you want to feel when you're in that house, you know? When everything is comfortable, when everything is like on its own place, you feel like you inspired in that house, feel of emotions.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and you definitely, when you putting like the money square and you put everything that the money brings you, put the house there or put the house in your dreams. Maybe you even want the house that is not just the smart house. Maybe it's the house that have different room or with the different music of a brain activation. Like you go to the bedroom and all of a sudden the music playing, play with it. All of a sudden, when you think about this house, you're having fun with it, you're having emotions, and you're like, ooh, in my bedroom, there is going to be all of a sudden when you walk in there, it's going to be certain lighting, that's going to be certain music that's going to activate my melatonin, and I'm going to suddenly fall asleep. When I come into my office, it's going to be this type of music that's going to activate my stem cells, and they all of a sudden become like there's electricity turning on in my brain, and I can generate ideas and becoming a generator, something like that.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, your game with your house becoming really interesting. Not just, oh, I want the house. Everybody wants the house. Your spirit is not interested in just the house anymore. You're bigger than that, baby.
I love that.
Yeah. Small people don't come to me. Just, no, they don't. So you are the designer, you are the creator, you are the God son, the God creator. Okay.
Okay, I love this. Yes, I think I just need to play with it and
Play
make
with it.
time to write, and I don't know, I feel very
But don't
inspired.
push yourself.
Yes.
Just this alone, that was a lot of work we did together in terms of the brain capacity and new neuron connections. So today I want you to drink more water. I want you to kind of like maybe walk to move your lymph, maybe even take a bath with like soda and salt. You need these, because when we create the new neuron connections, a lot of different parts of your brain plus my energy plus my codes, a lot of the brain cells, they are waking up. So I am the part of you who woke up, and I'm waking some of your brains. I'm like, hey, come on, girl. I'm in your brain and I'm telling the cell next to me, come on, girl, we are waking up here. So when we are creating new, a lot of the toxins, a lot of the old programming that's going to be represented in this physical in commas reality. We don't judge the rules, remember? So there are going to be some toxins releasing, some old damaged DNA, because everything around us, one more thing, everything around us, or of our emotions, actions, people, circumstances, they are written in our DNA. And me and you, we are rewriting that DNA signatures, okay? So the old is going to be coming out through your lymph. So maybe some hot teas, maybe some more water with lemon, a little bit walking, fresh air, breathing exercise, anything that would help your body to release, okay?
Okay.
And don't do anything else today. Lay down, relax, wait for the inspiration. And then when inspiration kicks, even if it takes 2 weeks, baby, remember, we don't push ourselves. Then I promise you, if you give yourself to the laziness, the power will come. Just everything we do, freaking enjoy it, because there is no lazy, there is just preparation. And a lot of times we can't achieve something greater because we're so freaking nervous, thinking that we are lazy, we're not doing something, that we're sabotaging our energy accumulation. You understand?
Yes.
So to make a really, really big jump, you have to like imagine the person who is about to do the sprint, right? They need to prepare, they need to accumulate that energy, they need to like put themselves together. Okay. And there is some preparation. And before you go to Olympics, you do the massages, like you do the nutrition, you put the vitamins, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of preparation. Then boom, you do the jump, you do something. But because we are so crazy thinking like we are lazy, we are talentless, because we have this flipped image on ourselves, which is totally not true. We don't even understand that our lazy is not lazy. It's just our body, it's just our consciousness preparing ourselves for that quantum jump. And we always need to gain energy for that. And the bigger the jump, the more energy we need for it, the more the illusionary, like talentless, I can't do anything, I can't create anything, period is. It's not. It's not. You are the God. You're absolutely amazing, talentless. And your energy is absolutely amazing. But you do have, your system has this into you, which kind of like close to my energy, that we sabotage ourselves because we know who we are. We know so much inside of us. We feel that charge, we feel that energy, and we're like, why am I not exploding? Why am I not exploding? But we're sabotaging ourselves on these you know, where we are right now. Sabotage, because we tell ourselves, oh, I can't. Well, it's just, I know I can, but why? Don't ask anymore. Ride the wave. Okay, enjoy every moment. Enjoy this process of preparing yourself for greatness. And quite frankly, this year 2023 was the whole year, was the preparation for the next year. Okay, so no blame of not achieving what you think you didn't achieve. The 2024 is going to be the year of action, but also it's only going to be the action that you open to. So remember, when the clock strike 0:12 a.m., we're going to indexate your system on what are you open to? What do you think of yourself? And what do you think you can achieve? And what kind of ideas you have in your squares? And I'm not even saying in Notepad. These squares represent your brain, manifest your brain. So what kind of squares do you have in your brain? Where's your attention? Who you are. Okay, I'm done now. I'm letting you go. Happy New Year. And if you have questions, please, as usual, talk to me. Send me voice, send me text about how you feel, what's coming to you. I'm so happy with everything that you're sending me, your transformations. I'm very happy for us both.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year, and thank you for all everything of this. I don't know. I feel like a whole new person, and I don't know. I feel that in this moment I don't even have words for everything, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, remember, baby, in 2025, we're gonna build the whole new portal on this planet. So we're just starting.
Ready.
And one day I'm gonna tell everybody, can you believe that he's my friend? Yeah, you have so much. You have so much to give to this world, to yourself, and to us. Love you. And yeah, if you need me, text me, send me a voice. Okay.